Have you ever wondered the real difference between using the short loops and using the long loops for a certain exercise? Well, let's try it out. So I've got my spring indicator set up here where 0 is where the springs are all the way closed. So let's start by taking the straps and let's do a little serve a tray. So I'm in the long loops here. Now let's notice from the starting position to the end position, how far is the carriage moving? Now, if I switch to the short loops, where's my starting position and where's the ending position? Because I'm moving in the middle of the reformer frame, it doesn't change the range of motion, but it does change the maximum and minimum stretch of the springs, which means the springs get lighter or heavier depending on the longer straps or the short straps. So we can see how my Servo-Tray example plays out on the balanced body graph for the red spring. So when I was in the short loops, I was moving from the 9 to 15-inch spring extension, that area within the yellow box here. And then when I shifted to the long loops, I was moving in the 6 to 12-inch range, which now the box has moved. So you can see that the maximum and minimum resistance for that spring has now changed based on the range I was moving in. Now, if you're curious how different spring weights from balanced body would fare in this scenario, here's a handy chart for a single blue, single red, single green. Of course, this can apply to all sorts of different springs across all different brands, and the weights will be slightly different depending on how far you're stretching the spring.